And welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Monastery, the open bar of the internet, the world's greatest shit show, and the place where we, the good brothers and sisters of this most holy of temples, seek enlightenment through the drunkest, craziest, and most batshit ways possible. I am your one and only gaming monk, better known as Mildra, and with me is my good brother here in the temple, the man of 1,000 runes, the CEO of Zadari Enterprises, and the bane of my fucking existence, good brother Xanatrix.
Zadari Enterprises would like to remind you that patience pays off, because today the monk is playing the demo for Final Fantasy XVI, which most of you are going to be like, but that's not new, until we have to note that, yes, this is the PC demo, because Final Fantasy XVI is coming out on PC. And isn't it a good day to do this demo today, Monk? Because we also recently just got news that Stellar Blade will be coming to PC.
Once again, I kept saying, just wait, be patient. It's going to go multi-plat. And there was also a leak going about from supposedly a reliable leaker that FF16 may also be heading to the Xbox, proving that we were right when we said that we are seeing a pivot with Square regarding their stance on exclusivity.
Now, I know people will bring up the whole, oh yeah, Final Fantasy 16 and Final Fantasy 7 Rebirth didn't get the sales numbers. And while that statement is from a bunch of naysayers and people who want Square to fail, or people who just don't like Sony exclusivity, I will say this: they are both correct and incorrect.
Well, like I was saying,
correct in the
like I was saying that. Oh, and we're getting raided.
Oh boy. Oh boy, thank you, Raiders.
Thank you, thank you, Raiders.
I see Third, and
Yep.
Thank you, Riona. It's nice to see you.
Mm-hmm.
Beautiful.
Demon Mom Raid.
Well, but you were saying before the raid hit.
So that it's like that the claims that some people have been making are the equivalent of if you said that Gary Coleman is a taller version of Webster. You're technically correct, but you're still wrong.
Ryuna Big Ones,
Yes.
Ryuna Demon Heart,
The
Ryuna
big
Demon
thing
Heart,
here is
Ryuna Hugs.
what is meant by these games, Final Fantasy 16, Final Fantasy 7 Rebirth, other Square games that haven't sold well beyond Forspoken. We aren't talking about Forspoken.
We already did that.
Yep. These games, especially the big ones with the name Final Fantasy on them, sold very well on their install base. That install base being the PS5.
Mm-hmm.
But the PS5 is not a large install base. And because it's not a large install base, the number of sales was limited.
Mm-hmm.
And hello, Aaron. Nice to see you. What we are doing today is going through the PC demo for Final Fantasy 16. And also ads just hit. Hooray!
Oh, lovely.
But
this is why I multi-stream, folks.
Yeah. As it is, they sold well on their install base. Their install base was not very big, but it was still profitable, just not the types of profits Square expected for these gigantic games. Which is entirely why we got that news a few months ago that Square was like, we're going to start doing more multi-platform stuff. We're going to restructure stuff over in America to help facilitate multi-platform and global releases. And Square has basically said, Sony, you're not paying us enough for exclusivity anymore because your exclusivity is actually costing us money.
Mm-hmm.
So exclusivity contracts have been getting shorter, one of the few that they have. We've already said, patience pays off. We've already seen that 16 is coming to, 16 has come to PC. In fact, it will be coming out next month. You can pre-purchase now and then have it. We already have the news that Stellar Blade is coming out, and I am waiting with anticipation for the day that Square announces Rebirth is coming to PC, because that is going to make all the Sony ponies and the naysayers and the people who hate Final Fantasy, etc., etc.,
the grogs who want
grogs.
the NES to to continue on, who want their NES memories to continue on forever, basically using that as a child security blanket or an emotional support teddy bear. Yes. Is that harsh of me? Yes, it is. It's supposed to be harsh. It's called an ass kicking.
Yes. But the Rebirth is going to get announced. All of the salty people are going to be salty about it. But that's supposed to be a PS5 exclusive. And I'm going to sit here going, nom, 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 nom. The taste of your disappointment is what feeds me.
I already made this guess before with you and me, but I'm gonna go out on a limb and say that you're probably gonna see it show up on PC either this winter or in June to take advantage of the seasonal sales that Steam loves to do.
Mm-hmm. I'm thinking that if they want, I mean, I agreed.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that if they hadn't made a somewhat PC optimized version already, because Rebirth did come out this year, I don't think it'll come out. If they don't already have a somewhat partially PC optimized version, I don't think it'll come out this holiday. But then there's the fact that it would be really cool if they released it this holiday because Crisis Core Reunion released December 13th last year. It'd be like bookending. It'd be like poetry because it rhymes.
Yeah, I saw that coming. But preamble over, housekeeping over. Let us get into the last time I'm going to be using this visual format.
Yo.
I love hearing the crystal theme.
In the light of the mother crystals. And that it was this light which finally led our forebears out of the darkness. Yeah.
I know it's never going to happen, but one of my pipe dreams is to be able to sit down for like 5 minutes with...
Excited for your debut tomorrow, finally no longer a V-tweeter.
That ever lures us back into the crystal.
Right, I'm going to let that slide.
And thus did our journey begin.
I mean, he hasn't been a V-tweeter because of the fact that he hasn't really been claiming debut in X for forever. He's just becoming an anime girl. Don't worry about it.
I didn't publicly announce the whole thing until almost 4 days ago.
Yep.
We interrupt this episode of Final Fantasy to bring you Panzer Dragoon.
I love Panzer Dragoon.
I know we got those that remake of the original, but I would pay good money, and I would pay all the money for a remake of either Orta, Zwei, or especially Saga. So that people can play Saga without having to break the fucking bank. Yes!
Exactly.
So that people can play it without having to break the fucking bank. You've seen how much it costs to get Saga.
Yes, I have.
Agreed.
I know some purists would cry foul, but fuck the purists.
By the way, I've been playing a lot of games that have the goodest boys in them. I was playing MGS5 just a few weeks ago.
You're the Realm 873.
D-Dog.
Yeah, the Knights of Defile, the Dalmekian Republic.
Okay.
be light soon. Both camps have begun to stir.
I'm bad.
You all know the target. Shiva's dominant. And only the dominant.
No one else? Where's the fun in that? How do we even know the girl will be among them?
Our kind do not question orders. We follow them. Try to keep that in mind.
Somewhat amusing that he has the name Tiamat. But since this is...
They're all named after monsters.
Yeah.
Avis, BS, Wyvern, and Tiamat.
Let's get this done.
Because you can do a drinking game with the Yoshi P project of all the references.
Yeah. I wouldn't suggest playing the game, though.
No. Much like the Stephen King drinking game, if someone plays it, I take no responsibility for what happens afterwards.
Yep.
I think I'm going to adjust some things in the options when I get the chance, especially that visualizer.
Mm-hmm.
Focus, Wyvern. You are key to this mission's success.
Yes, Sergeant.
I said focus, Wyvern.
Okay, let me go into the options. So, let me see, where was that thing? Nope, not here. So, look, what I'm looking for is... I do appreciate the amount of options that we have.
Yes.
Oh. But... what did you have motion blur at?
0. I hate motion blur.
Fair? I'm trying to find where where that accessibility option was. Oh, there it is. Visual alerts. Never mind, I found it. It just was under a different setup.
Yeah, it's under the audio options once it's in the full options menu.
We don't have time for this. All hell is about to break loose. Time to move.
I know a war horn when I hear it. It's not like we have the Yaller horn here in the temple.
Just in time.
Saishu Kessen.
Do you own one in real life? Do I own what one in real life?
Jagger!
These iron blood are more beast than man.
No, I don't have one.
Going, they won't need this new dominant of theirs. What?
There's something amusing about the crystal theme being used in the middle of a battle.
The Prelude is a very, it's a very, very agile and adaptable piece of music.
Come now. Marshal, the King of Waloed is our guest.
And you have His Majesty's answer.
I wonder that you summoned us at all. Have you so little faith in your own men?
Magic opium.
It was the Dalmex who drove back the Crusaders in the Battle of the Twin Realms, was it not? Or am I mistaken? Besides, your dominant has yet to take the field. And when he does, our knights would only get in the way.
Perhaps you have not heard, but the Ironblood now have their own dominant. We would be fools to underestimate them.
Bugger their knights.
What did you say?
Should this citadel be allowed to fall, the capital will lie exposed. And I doubt the Crusaders will wait.
So Mario, everybody has to start somewhere, so no shame. The only shame is when someone acts proud of their lack of knowledge, expecting others to fill in the gaps or spoon feed it to them. That is the real sin.
The Ironblood will rule the day they set foot on Storm. This game is over.
I've seen some try and claim that they tried to do Final Fantasy meets Game of Thrones, but all of that was based on one Eurogamer article that everyone took out of context.
You cock.
A lot of stuff that people take out of context these days.
Take care.
Does the lion take care when he chases the hare? Or do you think me one of the latter?
No, my love. You are a lion. You're my lion.
I'm not afraid of a little frost, Benedicta. But I will need someone to warm me when I come home.
The front lines are gone. This is our chance. The chaos will conceal us.
Doing a special job in the middle of a battlefield using the chaos as cover. Zan, why do I feel called out?
I don't know. I can't possibly imagine.
You know, it's not like I did that exact thing 2 weeks ago.
And quick and deadly.
As always. Take the van.
Wait. Something's not right.
Ladies and gentlemen, not right.
Titan. So the Dalmex finally grew tired of being slaughtered.
I swear I've heard the name Dalmec before somewhere.
And look who's here to greet the bastard.
Come on.
Oh, there's a reference. Like, that design alone, someone was clearly taking notes from 8.
I mean, you're not.
Also, Chocobo Cavalry, so I was fucking right.
Monk, we've been seeing Chocobo Cavalry for a while.
Yeah. And unfortunately not in a playable sense yet.
They might do it one day. Doge.
The Choco Mount class was the dream of so many people in 11.
Right, there is a bit of concept art that we dug up that actually had that. I can't prove it, but I have a suspicion that that was the plan, but it ended up on the cutting room floor for any number of reasons. You look around game development, especially for MMOs, you find that a lot. Like, there were plans to do the Geomancer at one point in 14, but the way as it developed, it was kind of a dead end.
They still technically have Geomancers in 14, but they're back then.
Yeah. But right around the time of Heavensward, they were experimenting with a Geomancer job.
Yeah.
Anytime, Wyvern.
Nope. Invisible walls.
Oh, good. Good. Chocobos are subtitled as either Quet or Work. It works.
Mm-hmm. And I know mounts are a common thing in MMOs, but mounted combat isn't.
I mean, the closest we have is fighting alongside your mount as a companion fighter in 14.
Yeah. Which the TTRPG version does have as well in the starter set that I was sent. But
Nice.
it's more there to fill in the gaps, kind of like and you just got bouldered. It's it's more like the filling in the gaps that we saw with the fellows in Sword World.
Yeah. Still, it's fun. Means that you don't have to put your chocobo away.
Mm-hmm. And Mario, you don't have to worry about that. Like I said, not knowing is the first step to knowing. If you choose to not know and insist on not knowing, that's where the problem comes.
Mm-hmm.
The only good is knowledge, the only evil is ignorance. And, well, there's a reason why pride is the lowest sin in the Divine Comedy. Just wait for...
Clive! Is that Clive?
If you need to wake somebody up, don't use water. Use a gong or a horn. You'll have much less of a mess to deal with.
Well, if you're not cut out to be a shield, there's always work for you in the stables.
I'd rather not work in stables. I don't feel like getting kicked by a horse again.
Bottle of pig swill.
I'm sure he'd find a way. My brother always looks after me. Right?
Go on. You're sure to hit him eventually.
Don't give up now.
Oh.
Two arms. It wouldn't do to disappoint the gallery.
Doge.
Let's start again from the beginning. Come, show me your form. Good. Again. Very good.
Note to self, I'm switching
Such swordsmanship
lock
will
on.
serve you well in the field. But can the same be said of your spell?
From L1 to R1 if I can help it.
Flames of the Phoenix burn within
You should be able to.
Now let them burn without.
Yeah, I'll have to do it after the tutorial.
Come, Clive. Rain fire down upon me.
I don't mind having it on L1 because I don't mind just using whatever control layout the game has. I'm switching between games so often that, like, I play Monkey at one point, I play Snake at another, and then, you know, now I'm playing this as a third.
Well done. You wield the Firebird's flames just as a first shield should.
You flatter me, my lord.
Or would you rather I flattened you? Can be arranged.
Oh, that one
Let's
hurts.
see if you can elude my blade. After all, your attacking prowess will count for naught if you don't live long enough to use it. On your toes, Lord Rossfield.
I love the fact that they think of the bearers as bad people when the bearers are the ones with new life.
How did you dodge that?
Hilarious.
I was sure I had you.
That was amazing.
I do like that after image.
Good.
You mean when you precision dodge?
Yep.
Remember, Clive, your blade
Good
is
stuff.
not your only weapon. Quickness of thought and fleetness of foot are indispensable arms in any shield's arsenal. But you are not just any shield, are you? Show me what sets you apart from the rest. You have been blessed by the Phoenix, granted the use of its power. Call upon that power now to close on me. Well, I'm waiting. Impressive. But even the most agile shield cannot hope to escape every blow. And death may come by a handful of cuts as easily as it comes by 1,000. There is only one way to ensure that you do not fall. Keep your wounds mended and your energies replenished. Speaking of which, my lord, you seem a little worse for wear. Now that won't do at all. That's better. Battle is a succession of pivotal moments, wherein life and death can be decided at a single stroke. You must be ready to utilize every tool at your disposal if you are to navigate a path to victory, or at the very least, to ensure that you live to fight another day. Enough practice. It's time for the test. You've recovered from your soaking, I trust? You wouldn't want to kick a man while he's drowned?
I thought you'd never ask.
Come then, Lord Rosfield. Spar with me. If you believe yourself worthy to be called Shield of the Flame, then prove it.
As you wish, my lord.
How that, me boy? Make proof of your strength.
Oh, there's a familiar sting. I know they're calling it the will gauge, but it's stagger in a different coat of paint.
Well, it does say staggered when you get it to 0.
And it's kind of funny that we've been seeing the staggered thing all the way since 13, just refining it more and more, further showing that the shift towards action-based was inevitable.
Yep.
Go on, you're sure to beat him this time.
You can do it, Clive. Just stay calm.
Oops.
Nice try. You're taking this seriously.
Keep going, Clive.
It's time I took my own advice and used all the tools at my disposal.
And there's another familiar sting.
Yep. The victory game.
I told you he could do it.
Aye. Bested at last.
I mean, there's going to be familiar stuff all throughout because of Yoshi P's love for the entire fucking series.
You are
Yeah.
a true shield of the flame, and let no one tell you otherwise.
I just find it amusing that we have all that for a game that certain folk keep insisting doesn't feel like FF, which only shows again that blindness, that looking at the shallow end of things.
Mm-hmm.
It'd be like looking at the surface of a lake and believing that there's no fish in it, just because you can't see them.
Yeah. Whereas
I was just tired.
whereas there are those of us who need to swim to the bottom.
You mustn't waste them.
It isn't a waste. My shields look after me. Why shouldn't I?
Oh, that's cool.
That's why. You were coughing this morning.
I got a
You shouldn't be outdoors.
I watched this YouTube channel called the Arcane Workshop. He's a Finnish guy who does these long form essay videos
Father's back.
in regards to life lessons that he's basically gotten from video games, or why a video game is really good at a deep esoteric emotional level.
Please, this is no place for one such as you.
I would
And
gladly brave
he
hell
recently
itself
reposted one of his
to see
older
my
ones
darling
called The
boy.
Difficulty of Difficulty. And it talks about difficult games, why they're
Gentlemen,
good,
Rosaria
why some of
thanks
them
you for your
turn out to be not
indefatigable
so good in
loyalty.
the end.
Thank you.
And at the beginning, he talks about a Finnish saying that uses an archaic form of a word that means competition.
Mm-hmm.
Like the word used in modern day, used by things like
Sorry.
businesses that compete or competing athletes and stuff,
Good day to you, Mother.
is different from the word that was used by his father, what his father had taught him.
Mm-hmm.
And he described it as a thing where people
Come,
burn
Joshua.
away the impurities
father
in
will be
themselves
expecting
so that
us.
only, the best of themselves remains. But he didn't know a good English equivalent.
Lord Murdoch.
And I told him, I actually said that the way he described it makes it sound like he could use the translation, life is a crucible. A tool used to melt metals so that we can remove the impurities from them. Requires very high heat.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone can be born the
Fits, and I said it fits the idea of competition with one's past, present, and future selves in order to become the best person they can be. And he just liked it and responded to it. I was like, oh, I said something and people like it. Hooray!
Mm-hmm. Oh, Mario asks, on the subject of FF3 US, do you think it's gotten overshadowed from the latter titles? No.
No.
If anything, in some regards, the opposite has happened. People have put it on such a high pedestal that the only way to put it higher is to push everything else down in some circles.
Yeah, well, and the biggest thing is 6, as that number is in the actual numbering scheme, is one of the titles that, depending on who you ask in the fandom, is overhyped, underhyped, the best, the worst because of its fanboys, etc., etc. Because there are a lot of people who claim that it is the best Final Fantasy. And 6 was the last Final Fantasy on the SNES, and near the end of the SNES's popularity cycle, though not its life cycle.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I believe the last RPG they put out at the end of the life cycle was actually Chrono Trigger, a major RPG, I should say.
Yeah.
You'll make a fine hound.
But even then, 6 still tried to push what the SNES could do at the time it was made, because that's the thing that Square's always done, is tried to push the envelope not only of the game and how they experiment with it, but the hardware that they're given to use.
Mm-hmm.
The capital rejoices at your
Because
safe
of all
return,
of that,
Your Grace.
6 is widely loved by many, especially since for so many, it was their first FF.
Mm-hmm.
And is the favorite of quite a few people. It's actually been my favorite Final Fantasy for a long time, but I will never claim that it is better than any other Final Fantasy at an objective level. It isn't even the first Final Fantasy I played. I played Final Fantasy on NES first.
Mm-hmm. But point is, there's been a fool's gambit is to look at any given game after it and say, well, it's not as good as blank. Because you do no one any favors when you do that.
Clive here is off to see the Archduke.
It's also the reason I hate it when people do that kind of stuff with, say, Chrono Cross, for similar reasons. By putting it on this Olympian pedestal, you're not doing the game itself any favors because you're distracting people with the high pedestal, and nothing's going to reach that, so games that are in that vein get buried in the process as well.
Absolutely.
I'm not sure. I need to speak with Father.
But ultimately, if I can think of any game that gets overshadowed, quote unquote, probably the original FF3, if only because we didn't really get an English translation until the 3D release.
Honestly, I'd say 5 of the SNES
5?
generation kind of gets a little bit.
I don't think so, because 5 is the one almost everyone who knows about the job systems in Final Fantasy knows about. 5 is very popular, even in the US, and that's because it did get an English release.
Yeah, through Anthology.
Yeah, which I had. I owned both Anthology and Chronicle.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have them anymore because vicious ex-girlfriend who took my entire video game collection that I still have, you know. But that's the past.
Yeah.
The like when it comes to the main numbered titles, most of them don't get overshadowed. In fact, due to how divisive each main numbered title can be in the fan base, there's always some sort of attention.
Mm-hmm.
There's always some sort of attention on 1 and on 2, on 4, 5, and 6, on 7, 8, and 9, and beyond.
But
whether that's negative or positive.
The point is that saying one is over or undershadowed is much like trying to say that one part of JoJo is overshadowed, or one incarnation of the Doctor is. Well, okay, the Doctor Who's a special case because there's one or two that really got screwed over due to outside factors.
He was lucky to be born in your father's dominion. Very lucky, as I remind him every day.
Oh.
Stand, please.
There's
I trust his good fortune will continue.
Of course, if that's
And
I
your
think
lordship's wish.
that I can't say
Not too hard.
that there's any Final Fantasy that's truly overshadowed. Simply
As do we
because,
all, my lord.
due to Final Fantasy's entire identity being exploration, iteration,
Come along now.
and implementation.
Back to your duties.
Which I should note, the reason I keep mocking that particular mindset is a lot of people claim to be fans but don't seem to grasp that concept that this is a self-experimenting franchise. There are some franchises that do not do a whole lot of major changes. A lot of them, I'd say, Grand Strategy would fall into. Like there hasn't been major overhaul. There's been some major overhauls in, say, Civilization, but
Yeah,
not as drastic from game to game.
Looks
Yeah.
like they're getting ready for supper.
well, and the biggest thing
Someone's hungry.
I always try to make note of, whether it's with
Don't you make an
whether it's with the mainline games or with the spin-offs, because there are a fuck ton more spin-offs than there are mainline games.
Mm-hmm.
Is that every one of them resonates with a subgroup of the Final Fantasy fan base as a whole. Every game has its fans. Every game also has its fandoms, but we already know it's fans, not fandom around here.
Mm-hmm.
There's such a dedicated love for the series and for the games within it that I can't really say any one game is so severely underrepresented. Even in Japan, you know, where Dragon Quest and Final Fantasy are cultural pivots, cultural turning.
Mm-hmm.
These games have changed the culture of Japan on more than one occasion, especially when so many people were getting the games and calling out from work and stuff that they had to.
Dragon Quest Day was a thing. Let's get that out of the way.
Yeah, there was this unofficial Dragon Quest day, where all the salarymen were calling in sick to work, and all the children were calling in sick from school. There was also the fun little urban legend that it forced the Japanese government to put in a law saying that Dragon Quest couldn't be released on certain days, which is a lie. That was never a law. But it's a fun little urban legend. It's a fun little myth. It's a tiny little.
And Mario, I grew up in the Midwest, and Zan has spent some time in my neck of the woods as well. So make of that what you will.
I'm not sure what part of the Midwest you grew up in.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not sure when. Timing does matter here.
Yeah.
If he's talking about the early 90s, I can believe him.
Mm-hmm.
Gaming wasn't really a big thing in most of the U.S., even in the early 90s. It was mostly arcades.
Mm-hmm.
And, console games were like a coast thing, both East and West Coast. Bigger places with bigger cultural shifts in mind. I can see there being an issue if you're in the middle of, say, Nebraska, near
bum-ass nowhere.
Yeah. BFE, big fucking emptiness.
Mm-hmm.
Because I was very lucky, exceptionally lucky, as a child, to get my hands on a NES and a SNES. My mother got them from video rental stores.
I ended up inheriting mine.
Stop licking my boots.
Yeah.
Along with a handful of NES games, some better than others.
Territories fare any better.
The
lie under a pall of black.
The big thing is that
few moons, the blight has taken all of the northern reaches. It is only a matter of time.
We got those things primarily because my mother wanted a way to engage with us kids while we were moving around the state.
Even if we were to send them south to Port Isolde,
because we hadn't yet found a house to move into, and we're still living out of a converted school bus. Actually,
brings us closer to disaster. We must move.
It was really nice, actually. Yeah. I kind of want to
against the Iron Kingdom.
Try and convert another school bus into a RV myself.
We have traded blows with
But,
them for too long.
She got it at first to play it in front of us, because I'm 4.5, my sister's 3. Playing the games for us is a little difficult sometimes, but watching her, we'd get the idea.
Mm-hmm.
And we'd sometimes play a little Mario, sometimes play a little FF.
Yeah.
We ride for Phoenix Gate tomorrow.
Sometimes play a little Zelda.
There we will listen to the words of our ancestors, as tradition.
She'd always have to hand the controller off to Mom when things got too hard.
Am I to go with you as Joshua's shield?
There is something else I would have you do first. Rodney.
So I was very lucky in that, and then because I was so vastly interested in video games, I got a PlayStation 1 when it came out. One of the few things my
goblins in the Stillwind marshes.
My father did that was nice.
Yes.
But
you know what must be done. I will give you 2 good men.
I give a pass when it comes to trying to access these things in the 90s. Nowadays, I'm a little bit less inclined to give as many people a pass when it comes to talking about stuff that they don't know and are willing to learn.
Yeah. In the 90s, when knowledge was harder to access, and so were some of the source materials, understandable. In the age of the internet, well,
I will do my duty.
You know,
Grace.
You've got no excuse not to look things up, other than you're going to have to sort through what is real and what is not, because the internet is a cesspool of information and misinformation.
Your Grace.
And disinformation, as we've discussed. The biggest thing that I think really got me into a lot of older games was, well, Everybody knows a little thing called DSNES? The most popular early SNES emulator that I still use to this day just because, goddamn, that nostalgic aesthetic keeps me going.
Mm-hmm.
Also, it runs more ROMs than any of the other ones out there because it does less checksums. Does it run some of those ROMs with some issues? I don't know. Lufia 2, that entire part that you can't look through even on actual cart. How you doing? Because of scrambled asset addresses. But I got to play some games that I never would have gotten to play ever because they never ever came over to the US.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Mario is not a bad name. Plenty of Italian and Latin descended people can be named Mario. If your parents had named you after the 8-bit gaming icon, it would be ahead of the curve in that respect. That early on. But the emulation scene, and of course, the Jolly Roger that came with it, really expanded the breadth and width and depth of what sort of stories I could experience in an interactive medium.
Mm-hmm.
I got to play one of my favorite fucked up games, Treasure of the Rudras, because of emulation.
Not long.
And for those who don't know why I say it's fucked up,
Maybe 5.
it's because of the fact that Treasure of the Rudra's magic system has you making custom spells by writing out words.
The blood of the
now, I'm sure you can imagine, well, that means that originally that was all Japanese. That was hiragana and katakana. How did they change the values to suit English words? Well, that's simple. They just replaced hiragana and katakana with the alphanumerics of English, and then kept the values for those letters the same. And that means that you get really fun nonsense words that make really powerful spells. Or sometimes you'd write a sentence like die, 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 and it became an instant death spell that worked on most of the game. Treasure of the Rudras was something special. That magic system is probably one of the most unique magic systems from early gaming I can think of.
You see more
But,
in him
I also from there got to experience consoles I didn't have access to 100% of the time.
Place for such a failure. He is worthless.
When I was growing up,
any other.
NES, SNES, I got a PSX, got a PS2. Then from there, as I got older, I went over to the Xbox 360 because I didn't like what the PS3 was doing for the price point.
You know as
Then
well
I
as I
switched
do
over
that I only sit upon the throne
back
because
over
my
to the
father was
PS4
taken
when
before his time.
that generation came out.
Really
But I also got a Nintendo Switch.
seat
I got a Nintendo Wii and a Wii U at some point. I sold the Wii U shortly after because I played through all the games that I wanted to play through on it, and then realized this is just sitting around and I don't want to play through these games again because as much as I love the games, the Wii U's controller fucking gamepad is a bit.
Without men like Clive to keep us
Yeah.
safe, your precious noble blood would long since have graced the gutter.
But
we have an early start.
But the consoles I got into also with handhelds. I started on the original Game Boy. I got, the Game Boy Advanced SP. I got the DS Lite. I got the 3DS. I still have my 3DS, and I still use it.
Mm-hmm.
New 3DS XL specific. I need it for my gigantic garbage pail lid hands.
Prove yourself.
Wishing on a star.
But there were a lot of other things I couldn't get in contact with.
Get some sleep.
100% of the time.
Right.
I didn't get to experience a lot of the Sega consoles without going to a friend's house. I didn't get to experience some of the Nintendo consoles, specifically the 64 and the GameCube, without going to a friend's house. Because I could only really afford one console at a time.
I'm sworn to protect him.
And so emulation really helped take care of some of that.
He takes too many risks.
Especially like Master System and Genesis games.
Clive,
I got to play a lot of those. I got to play some Sega CD games, though Sega CD emulation is still kind of fucked up.
Father has given me my first
I got to play
command.
PSP games before I got my own PSP.
well, if you're not going to pray to Metis
There was a
return, I shall just have to do it for you.
There was a lot to be gleaned, a lot to be gathered and learned and experienced from emulation. So, and as the internet got more expansive and emulation and thus the Jolly Roger became more expansive, yeah, gaming for me became
I've begun to take this for granted.
World unto itself.
I assumed the war between our nations would be the last. But it never really ends, does it?
That was one hell of a rails.
I mean,
but if there's any point to get out of it is, once again, the only good is knowledge and the only evil is ignorance.
But you'll be all right, won't you, Clive?
Yeah.
You're a shield of Rosaria after all, and blessed by the Phoenix.
And Mario's saying children are d-bags. Yes. Some of them stay children. Even as they get bigger.
It's getting cold. We should go in. My lady.
Good night, Clive.
this demo is a fantastic demo.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, Ambrosia. I won't be hunting today.
Don't worry. I'm sure you'll do brilliantly.
I'll try.
Good luck.
Friends, we ride for Phoenix Gate. May the blessing of the crystals go with us and shield the Firebird's flame forevermore!
His Grace departs. Open the gates.
You know that sting.
Allow me. I shall see her safely to Phoenix Gate.
Thank you.
Yep.
We're ready to depart, my lord.
May I say what an honor it is to serve alongside you?
Yes, the Roman handshake.
This is to be no mere investigation. If there are goblins in Stillwind, they won't leave willingly.
It is the best form of
Beastmen
that.
are a fierce foe. We underestimate them at our peril.
Not today, we won't.
Sir Wade, Sir Tyler, let us do our duty.
With pleasure, my lord.
As you command.
To the marshes, then.
Sir Wade, Sir Tyler. Why isn't it Sir Biggs and Sir Wed?
I was about to say that. I have to wonder if somebody suggested that at one point. Stillwind, the Grand Duchy of Rosaria.
Time to go fetch some goblins, Link. As it is, though, Monk, I actually need to go find dinner, so you have a wonderful rest of your time playing this demo for everybody.
All right. Thank you for stopping along. I will see you tomorrow.
What's your step, my lord?
Indeed. See you tomorrow, anime girl.
Everything else?
Lost in a fog. Let's see. Timely accessories. Support accessories such as the Ring of Timely Strikes or the Ring of Timely Focus can be changed or unequipped in the Gear tab in the main menu. Find a combination that best suits your playstyle.
Not exactly the most well-maintained path.
And who do you imagine would maintain it? They've all fled from the Blight.
It's hard to believe that anyone used to live here.
The old village of Stillwind is ahead.
Oh, treasure.
Not that there's a lot left of it.
A hole to gill. Someone's always got a step in it.
With me.
So the reports were true. We should press on.
I can't break the box. Damn it. Oh, that's unfortunate. Oh. Treasure. I think we'll keep it as is.
Welcome to Stillwind.
Have care, my lord.
There's more.
Get the gill. Let's see what we got here. Potion. Anything in here? Maybe a bit further up. Yes. Right, strength tonic. Not bad. And up we go.
Watch out, my lord. Some of their number is spell sticks.
And what a number! We'll all have our hands full here.
And 2, 3, 4.
Forevermore! Your skills, my lord. We should be nearing the old village square.
It might not be a nest of goblins.
Famous last words.
Sneaky sods. We're trapped.
My lord. I'm working on it. He's the leader. But we'll have to take care of his followers first. Care to thin the herd?
As if you have to ask.
And there was one.
Maybe not.
Shit! He's invited a friend!
On your feet, Sir Wade. Here it comes.
Ah, crap. Hold on a second. I really need to get a... Alright, you are getting banned. Sorry about that, had to deal with a damn bot. Also, since I didn't mention it earlier, thanks for the 20 bits. I didn't see the notification on mine because OBS doesn't show that.
Founder, that's a swing and a half. Be ready to move when it winds up for another. You don't have to tell me twice.
Old habits. And that's one giant down. And a level up. And some new equipment to boot.
Come back and fight, you coward! After him, before he summons the rest.
There's always more goblins. Let's see, that I already have. So we've got 152. Let's see, that. Taunt, maybe not. That'll get some use. So that. And lunge. And let's see. Taunt. Let's go with this. I don't see myself using taunt all that much. That's as far as it's going to go with that.
There he is. Damn it. This ends now. What's in there?
Chomp. Oh, fucking Marlboros.
He's far south. Keep clear of its maw, my lord. That thing's breath is worse than its bite. Oh, that reeks! I said stay away from its mouth!
Where's it going?
Your guess is as good as mine.
No! Before it recovers!
nightfall here. Now for the final push, my lord! We made it die.
Can't fault his logic. And our Morble is dead. And we've leveled up once again. But no spoils.
My lord. Thanks.
Remember, folks, Hail Hydrate.
Thought I'd see it. Not just goblins in Rosaria, but morbles too.
I'll petition His Grace to send a detachment. If we don't stop them here, they'll be at our gates before long.
We should get moving. We don't want to be caught out here after dark.
If we set off now, we can still reach Phoenix Gate before nightfall.
Damned blight.
Right, on to the next one. Sometime later. Phoenix Gate, the Grand Duchy of Rosaria.
Suddenly, thousands of red eyes. No, wait till you hear this. Wait till you hear this. His lordship draws his sword. The goblin chief runs off screaming straight down a Morble's gullet.
More tales! Drink and be merry, boys! Good work on the morrow. Must be gratifying to see your student making such a name for himself. The young lord has a bright future ahead of him.
Aye, and one of these nights he may even deign to join us.
Are you unwell?
No, Father. Just a little tired.
Well, it has been a long day.
They all like Clive, don't they?
Aye. Your brother will be a fine shield. We're all very proud of him.
Father? is it that the dominance is always born into our family? It doesn't seem fair.
We cannot live without the blessing of the crystals. And the crystals work their magic through us. You have been blessed, Joshua. Blessed to be a dominant, to wield the power of an icon. Our family has been chosen to share that power with the people. So that is what we must do.
Ah, good old drinking songs.
Louder, my friends! Louder!
I don't suppose I've been missed.
Poor Jill. She'll be wondering where you've got to. So much for you being a fine hound.
Oh, he is a fine hound in certain ways.
So this is where you've been hiding.
What are you doing out here?
I didn't see you at the feast.
Feasts are the only time shields are allowed to take their ease, and I've never really been one for cakes and ale.
It's the vegetables I don't like. I hear you slew a Morble. All the men were singing your praises.
They never used to. When I joined the ranks, everyone thought I was a spoilt little lordling. If I didn't know how to handle a sword, I'd be a laughingstock. The Archduke's firstborn failure. You're the one they really believe in. I'm jealous.
That's not true. They don't believe in me. They believe in the power of the dominant.
My brother the Phoenix, ruler over life and death.
It isn't fair. It should have been you. I don't have what it takes to lead our people. I don't have the strength. But you do.
Every man has his duty. Ours was decided long ago, when our ancestors chose to instate the dominant as the Archduke of Rosaria. All to ensure that whenever our nation stood on a precipice, the Phoenix would rise from the flames to drag us back from the brink. The fate of Rosaria sits on the dominant's shoulders. It is your duty to bear that burden.
What about you?
I was born to be your shield. That is why I was given the Phoenix's blessing. To keep our future rulers safe. No matter what. However hard it gets. I'll never let you down.
Thank you, Clive. I know you'll always take care of me.
Before I can do that, you need to take care of yourself. All right?
should go inside. It's past my bedtime. Good night, Torgal.
Supplies from the capital.
You took your time sampling the wares, were you?
It's a good job the North is full of enterprising traders keen to keep us in wine.
Spare a barrel for the boys on duty, eh?
What in the...
Ah, the other Roman handshake.
Gateway secured, Captain.
We proceed as planned.
Is that...
Forgive me, my prince. It's me, Wade. You probably don't remember me.
I remember. What is it?
We're under attack. I don't know who they are, but they've set light to half the castle. I must get you to safety, Your Highness.
Very well. I'm ready.
Follow me, Your Highness.
Light of the Fledgling.
Are the enemy already inside the castle?
I'm afraid so, Your Highness. We must hurry. What was that?
I have to help them. Everything's on fire.
Fall back, Your Highness! He's not one of us!
No, I must do my duty. I saw them at the feast. They were laughing. must find my father.
I don't think that's supposed to look like that.
Take him!
Damn it, the bastards are everywhere.
Why would the Empire do this? They're our allies.
Were. Anything down here? Nope. Time to head back up.
I have the dominant!
Tyler! Damn it! His wounds are deep.
I can save him.
Your Highness,
Don't worry. You're going to be all right.
I'll hold them off.
Clive!
Joshua! Come here. Tyler, you're hurt.
I'll survive. Thanks to His Highness.
I still got 1 hit point left.
Your Grace, Lord Murdoch.
You rescued the young prince. Well done, Sir Wade.
I'm in your debt, soldier.
Thank you, Your Grace.
We cannot stay here. We should make straight for the rear gate.
Omia lost Alan, Tuisag Elif. May the winds speed you to Rosalith.
The north gate's up ahead. There are chocobos in the stables. Father, take Joshua and get to safety.
No! I'm not going without you! You're supposed to be my shield, remember?
I remember, which is why I'm going to hold the enemy here while you make your escape.
I will order our remaining forces to rally at the gate. Now go.
I will do my duty. You must do your duty too.
I know.
You have to keep Father safe. I'm counting on you, Joshua.
He's dead, Jim.
Damn it all.
Potion, eye potion.
Captain!
Take them.
Let none escape.
As you command. You take care of that spellcaster. I'll keep the others occupied. Forevermore!
Right. That takes care of that.
That's them done. Are you alright?
I'm fine. It's my father and Joshua I'm worried about. We should head back.
I understood that reference.
May I have this dance?
He's an Imperial Dragoon.
And you are the shield who was blessed by the Phoenix. Not that it will save you.
Stay still, damn you! He's open! Now, Clive! Have at him!
You're going to regret that, boy.
Let's try.
Glory to San Reg.
And they level up. And the Night of the Blinding Dawn has been
Are you hurt?
blinded.
I'm fine.
So, they sent in the Dragoons. Imperial Vipers. Do they really mean to invade us?
Not yet. Their numbers were too few. They were not here to take the castle. They were here to take heads. Our work is done. We should return to my father.
My lord, look. We issued these sashes but yesterday. In Rosalith. If they were already among us, what if there are others?
Father and Joshua are in danger.
We must hurry. Take your steed.
What is that?
The plot thickens.
Oh, you're all right. Thank goodness.
Your Grace, is everyone safe?
For the moment. We ride for Roslith to rally our forces. I will need your help to see Joshua safely back to the capital. On you get, Joshua.
Father?
I'm sorry, Your Grace, but that won't be possible.
You honorless snakes!
Stay back! I'm warning you!
Run, Joshua, run! No!
Ooh.
You must do your duty too. You have to keep Father safe.
I had to.
Ladies and gentlemen, we begin the shit getting real.
I'm counting on you, Joshua. Oh, fuck.
Kill him! Now!
Phoenix. The Phoenix!
Joshua! Lord Murdoch! His Highness is back! Joshua! Stop this!
He's lost control. I have to do something. I have to save him. No, my lord. Fall back. Climb! Thank you, God. You saved my life. Get her on her feet and run. Please. Joshua, are you in pain?
And Mario, I'm glad that I've been able to help on that sense. Sorry that I got to the comment late. Comes with messing around with multiple windows.
Do your duty. Save him. My lord? What in the name of... Second icon of fire. That's impossible.
No, probably not, Mario. Everything's fine and dandy, and then the nuke button gets dropped. Oh, right. Phoenix. and the cleanup crew.
Quite a mess that monster made. Damn shame about the Phoenix, but can't be helped. Oh, my condolences, Your Grace. Is there aught we can do?
Haven't you done enough, Captain? Joshua was my world, and now he is gone. I can only pray there will be a place for me in the world his radiance seeks to create.
I see. Your Grace, over here. The rubble must have protected him from the worst of the flames. Shall we take him prisoner?
No need for that. Kill him. Wait. As my husband never tired of telling me, he is a fine soldier. I'm sure he would make an excellent addition to the Imperial front line. All in its right place.
Take this one. Chin up, lad. You're going to be a soldier. Joshua.
While that story is done, we're not quite done yet. Because we're going to be doing the iconic challenge before we wrap things up. The story so far. 13 years have passed since the tragic events which saw Clive robbed of his brother, his father, and his home, after being pressed into service for the Imperial Army of Savarek. Clive earns his freedom at the hands of a man named Sid, who agrees to aid our hero in his search for the answers that have eluded him for so long. We join the two as they begin their infiltration of Caer Norvent, an ancient stronghold wherein his brother's supposed killer, a second dominant of fire, is said to be held by an elite party of Waldern knights, commanded by Benedicta Harman.
One of our sentries has failed to report, milady. Your orders?
Pull the men back inside the Caer Geralf.
He is here, then.
Have them lead Sid and his little pet to the chapel. I shall entertain them there. So you've come for me after all.
nice. He's got a claymore on his back. Headwind.
That's a nice trick. You'll have to teach me sometime.
We should start with the dungeons. They may be holding the bearers there.
Sound plan. As long as we keep ourselves on this side of the bars.
In here. They're all empty.
And you're gonna give up?
Sid. This gate.
Need some help?
What do you think?
That I'm doing most of the lifting. At your leisure, Clive.
Did you hear that?
Unfortunately, yes. Good news, lads.
The search is over. Get him, boy! Get him!
One moment. And I'm back, and yes, the dog made it. In fact, the dog's part of your arsenal.
Sick of Torgal! Sick of Torgal! There, boy! Get him! It's over!
So, where to next?
This door only leads to more royalists. We'd better find another one.
Take your pick.
How about a window?
Bloody show off.
If you've got it, flaunt it.
Well, we found the Imperial garrison. Right where the Royalists left them.
He's here! Get him, boy! Get him!
Why didn't I do this earlier? While I'm at it. What's done is done. Ooh, shinies.
Never were one for half measures, were you, Benedicta? These poor sods didn't know what hit them.
The favor of fire. Sword. Sash. Steel crowns. Ah, here we go.
All this bloody running. After them. They were expecting us.
You don't say.
Over here.
One moment.
Little spice, but not too bad. So make sure you put them up before you left over from stage 6. Make sure you put it up. Okay?
All right.
Let's sit up.
And continuing on. And to the victor go the spoils.
The only way is through the chapel.
Then Great Grieger must have plans for us.
Oh, what do we got here? Well, we're not doing any item creation in this demo, so that's not going to do me much good.
What the hell happened here? Little late for prayer, isn't it?
Do I seem so desperate as to grovel at the feet of a false god? I was waiting for you.
Not for too long, I hope. All this for a midnight chat. Well, let's chat then. Where are the men and women you took from Lostwing?
You mean where's the dominant? Waleed shall be requiring his services indefinitely. Come back to me, Sidolphus. I need you. Think of all the things we can create together. The world that we can build.
You need me? Your king needs me. I'm all for building a new world. Just not his. That bastard's dreams are as twisted as his promises are false. And I want no part of them.
King Barnabas saved you, and this is how you speak of him. Have you no shred of loyalty?
What? To a leader who'd use me? Like he uses you.
You know nothing of me, Sidolphus.
You're right. I don't know who you are anymore. Or what you want. I only know what you used to say. That you were tired of running. That you just wanted to be free. Free of it all. You weren't lying to me then, so what changed? What made you think you had to sacrifice who you were to get what you wanted?
Sacrifice. I use my talents to my advantage, and you would tell me there is shame in that?
If there's no shame, then why do you feel so sorry for yourself?
A rousing speech, Lord Commander. I was a fool to believe you might have changed. The only person I feel sorry for is you! I can't do this anymore. If you would stand between our liege and his dream, then you leave me no choice. Goodbye, Sidolphus.
Stand back, Clive.
Well, hell hath no fury in all of that.
Finish them.
Well, Sid.
Sick of Toggle. There, boy. Sick of Toggle. Keep your distance, boy. Get him. Not this time. Get him, boy. Get him, boy.
She doesn't look happy, Toggle. Come on.
Oof.
There, boy. Get him. Sick of Toggle. Get him. Get him, boy. Don't let them get away. You know what to do, boy. Sick of Toggle. Who's that?
Yeah.
Get him, boy. Not this time. Sick of Toggle. You know what to do, boy. Sick of Toggle. You know what to do, boy.
Suparna and Chiralda slain. How did I? Crafting materials.
Sid, are you all right?
Do I look all right? Benedicta will be on her way to collect the Dominant, if she hasn't already. You can't afford to let them leave. Remember, she has wings, you don't.
What about you?
Before or after I catch my breath?
Sorry.
I like him.
Come on, Torgal.
See, anything over there? No, there is not. I have a feeling. Okay, nope. Actually, let's check it out. Okay, just quarters. Okay, that was a dead end. Time for Plan B.
She must be here somewhere.
Find the favor of fire.
Withdrawal has been signaled.
Ah yes, geek the mage first.
Keep your distance, bro. Sick of Torgal. You know what to do, boy.
We go.
I'm running out of tower.
Our lady wants us gone before sunrise.
Sick of Torgal. Don't let them get away.
There we go.
Sick of Torgal. Stay down. Keep your distance, boy. You know what to say. She better not have flown away.
Right, let's keep going.
Sick of Torgal. Get him.
Hold on a moment. Okay, never mind. My controller unplugged for half a second. But we are good.
Finally.
Oh, this.
I confess I expected more from the old man. And less from you. This is the second time you've bested my sisters. Men of your talents are rare indeed. Why cost your lot with such undesirables? If it is the hearth you long for, you will find more than enough warmth under my wings.
You know exactly what I want. Hand over the dominant, and I'll leave you in peace.
You would dare to make demands of me. Know your place, little lamb. Fool is the shepherd who heeds every bleat of the flock. And I will suffer yours no longer. Must I spell it out for you, Branded? No one is listening. No one at all! Ah! Come, little lamb, to the slaughter with you.
Sick of Torgal, not this time.
That is correct, Mario. Not even once. Don't get greedy.
Where is he? I won't ask again.
Oh, right. Wings.
Dodge this. Cry all you like. There's no one to save you now.
decide to join your pet.
Oh boy.
I'll bury you together. Stay down. Don't touch me.
Trying this again. Oh.
Not this time. Shit!
You can't keep him down. And that is that.
You are but a branded. How? How did you do it? How did you even survive? How?
The answer is simple, Benedicta. He was fighting for something he believed in.
Shut up! Why aren't you dead?
We've played your games. Now tell me where he is.
Who? What are you?
Why?
And that, I think, is where we're going to wrap it up. So, I definitely enjoyed what I got out of this. It very much has the feel of Yoshi P's fingerprints being all over it with all the references. I did have some visual glitches, but I'm not sure if that's an optimization problem or if it's my PC. I will note that I know some people are going to clutch their pearls about this leaning so much into the action end of things. But if you're going to hire a guy whose previous work was in Devil May Cry, let the man cook. Now, that being said, I will not be getting on this right at release because I have other plans. So, tune in tomorrow as we do the proper debut and the first step of my VTubing career. And of course, starting next week, I'll be returning to gaming streams on Sundays, Tuesdays, and Thursdays. But it won't be Final Fantasy XVI, obviously. We'll be doing something a little bit different. But until then, on behalf of the good brothers present and not present, my name is Mildra. I am your gaming monk. Stay fucking frosty, everybody.